Hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to February 8th.
February is always a weird month to say.
2023.
February.
Doing a camera from the phone today. It's a little better of a video off the phone.
Hola, señores and señoritas.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
February 8th.
Wait, question for everyone. Wait, be right back.
I just grabbed a pepperoni right
Mommy, I hope
before I
I
walked in. I'm choking.
I hope I ate my hair, hubby. Have
Oh.
mommy. Mommy, have mommy. I hope I ate my hair, hubby.
You'll still eat your pizza?
Have.
Okay. Allie has pizza in the oven, and she says she'll eat a brownie now, but she'll still eat her pizza.
No, have mommy. No.
I will.
Would you buy this? I want to hear that. Would you buy this for $2?
Maybe not $2.
About
Let's see.
$1.
What's this thing?
To tie it on to the thing.
That's a little not big enough.
Pass me ukulele. No,
Right.
I measured it. Look.
Well, it's not enough to twist on. So, everybody,
Look.
Valentine's Day's coming up. Yep.
Look at this. You can put this around.
Not leaving a lot of room
Here.
for big fingers. Right?
Right.
William's on.
See? Would you buy this?
Little
Honest
holiday
opinion.
bling.
Possibly, right?
And Auntie Deb,
Mm-hmm.
TJ
And we'll
thinks-
run her out of business. I'm kidding. I'm
TJ
kidding.
says you
I'm
should
kidding.
make little hula dolls holding a heart.
I didn't say that.
You
I'm
said
saying.
about hula girls holding a heart.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be like that,
Yeah,
where you
oh,
can
like
attach
that,
it
yeah.
on to the.
Yeah, cool. Bling, bling. I always
Yes.
put mine on from Debbie. The kukui nuts that goes on for festivals.
Don't be a
Whatever it
13-year-old
is, see?
boy.
I'm a 13-year-old boy.
See, that's what
So-
you need to, like this.
Tell me, would you buy
And
this?
that would go on there like that.
I have limited supplies, okay?
Hey, Jim Brady.
Well, we'll find
Hey,
some
William.
strings.
Aloha. Welcome to
I
Wednesday
still didn't get an
Night
answer.
We don't know.
Stream. Well, it's delayed. They're thinking about it.
Yes.
We'll let you know what they say, okay?
So,
Still gotta
February
get the
8th.
question. Wait.
Let me hold on. Let me close some stuff here.
The
Oh,
actual
why not
hard
that?
part is actually taking this off.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's a sturdy option, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
If it
So,
breaks off, you get a refund.
what?
Oh, I
We've-
can fix it.
We've
Sorry.
got a big weekend coming up here at Funky Frets. Boyertown is having an event called. Well, first, you have to know that Boyertown is known for like their bear is the mascot of the high school, the schools, and they have bears statues around town. So they're having a Valentine event called Berry Loved, like very loved, but a bear, Berry Loved. So, a bunch of businesses are having events throughout town. There's going to be a harp player in the streets. There's going to be another, I think, a singer-songwriter. There's a photographer doing the tin type photo portraits. And
That's
we,
at the Spats Museum.
at the General Spats
And
Museum.
I'm going to be making popcorn.
Yes, TJ will be making
Usual
popcorn.
thing.
Our friend at Stellar House Gift Shop, she's going to be doing custom bouquets. You can make your own, or she was a florist for 20 years. She'll help you build your bouquet. And
sorry.
wait, but hold on. At Funky Frets, we have been working. We're doing photo ops all throughout the back room, and we are having hot cocoa with a little cafe table set up. You can enjoy hot cocoa and a sweet treat with your sweetie or anybody you love. You can bring your friend or anyone.
And I'll be selling.
It's probably
My,
not typical February weather. It's probably be in the 50s,
Seriously, Papo?
right?
I'm
You
trying
just
to
cut him
talk.
right off.
I'll be
So
selling.
here we did one photo shoot of
That's one of the
one of the
backdrops.
setups. Then we had another one here somewhere. Let me see. Here you go. Another one.
That one is you're standing. There's roses dangling from the ceiling.
Pretty cool. So family. When you get a chance to put these on the computer. So you and your sweetheart can come in and get a photo. Bring the one that has the key to your heart to Funky Frets and get a
Yeah.
photo.
And then we'll have on the stage we have sparkly red guitars, and then we're gonna have big stars, like you're on the rock stage and says "You rock my world."
Nice.
So a lot of Valentine's themes, and we're also pulling into the town theme. We're gonna have a wall, a Boyertown Berry Loved wall, where you can write a message for your loved one, or you can write inspirational quotes or just happy positive words and add them to the wall.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
We'll probably have some music playing.
And
throughout
speaking of weather, 78 degrees in Hawaii. Ooh, cold snap. 78 degrees. Right? We have news or anything like that? That was our news, right?
TJ was coming in with
Okay.
another segment. We weren't
Oh, I'm just
quite
gonna
finished.
just-
Oh, you're skipping it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? He
All right,
talked
go ahead.
over me because you were done talking, so I thought we were done. So I was walking up. He's like, "And we have this." I'm just explaining.
You don't need to explain. Go.
We have to ask Patrick if he went snowmobiling up in Maine this past weekend when it was like 0 degrees here, minus 20, 30. Have to ask him how that went. Whew. Thought
Yeah,
of you
geez.
in that cold weather. He's like, darn. Wind chill minus 60. I don't know. Pretty
God.
cold.
Okay, so national days are National Iowa Day. Wait,
Iowa State.
what the heck?
Where?
Iowa.
Iowa, yep.
Iowa Day.
IOWA, the state of
Then
Iowa.
we have National Kite Flying Day, the National Boy Scout Day.
Boy
Built
Scout
Boy
Day.
Scouts.
Scout.
Oh, speaking of Patrick, isn't he a Boy Scout leader?
I
Or
don't
was
know.
a Boy
Now,
Scout leader?
here's our joke. So
Joke of the day. Hold on. You get some sound effects. We need that, right? For
Okay.
TJ.
Gotta
Drum roll.
explain it. This guy at the beach offered me a free kitten. I turned him down. You know why? Said the deal was no strings attached. Okay.
He offered a free kite.
Oh, I thought you said.
You said
cat.
kitten.
He said no kit.
Kit.
He said
Oh,
kit.
kite. Yeah.
A free
Like,
kite.
what?
And he says no strings attached.
Okay.
Trivia.
Trivia. Okay. Trivia. What is the fastest record speed of a kite?
I don't know.
I'll be back.
Trivia. We'll come back with that trivia.
Mm.
Pretty fast. So it is winter in Hawaii. That explains the 78 degrees. That's what
Jeez.
William said.
Patrick said, yes, I was out in Mount Washington Valley, the coldest
Oh.
day in many years.
They,
Wasn't
Mount
that where
Washington,
Amy hiked?
Yeah, in the summer. Mount
Wait,
Washington
back up.
had the minus like 100 wind chill this past week. Crazy.
I went snowboarding. It was like years ago, minus 20 degrees wind chill or something.
I've done my
You
race
breathe
walk
in, your
training.
nose hairs freeze.
I did my race walking training when it was 0 out on Valley Forge with me and Dave Romanski. He was on the 68 Olympic team. We were pretty much the only ones out there.
Crazy.
Freezing.
I don't like the cold weather anymore. So, if you're around town, stop in with or without your loved one and have some fun photo ops here at Funky Frets. There is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing choice.
Yes, that's right.
If you're dressed properly.
Now, this is February 8th. We're going to go down memory lane here. So I'm going to pull up learningukulele.com on my second monitor. And tomorrow, February 9th, was the first appearance of the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. I had just turned 10 years old in January.
And my mouth.
And learningukulele.com does have a bunch of Beatles songs in their repertoire. And the Beatles played like three appearances, one taped. There's a nice, as usual, here you go, the biggest draw, they had an estimated 73 million viewers. And remember, back then there was only three TV channels, three main TV channels. All right, they opened their show with, let me see, I have it right here, I was reading it. They opened their show with I Want to Hold Your Hand. That was the #1 song in the charts. So I think here was their numbers. They had a bunch of numbers. They did like 6 numbers on the show back then, sometimes. Remember, they were also short AM radio pop songs that a little bit over 2 minutes maybe. So that would last pretty good. So on learningukulele.com, I have a bunch of Beatles songs in my repertoire. There's a play-along track for All My Lovin'. Eleanor Rigby's up there. Obla Dee, Obla Day, Norwegian Wood. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, ukulele arrangement on there. And I actually do it as a medley with Here Comes the Sun, but that one I never wrote out or anything. And then Yesterday, there's actually a play-along track for that in key of C on the uke key of F is a great key for that song. So there you go. Beatles. Even my young students, like under 10, a bunch of them have heard of the Beatles. They won't hear of many other rock groups from back then, but they know the Beatles. Largest selling, more albums than anybody in the world. Still number
wow.
1. Yep.
The
when they did the Analogy records, George Martin and George Harrison, they actually put a couple songs on to Peter Best, their very first drummer that stayed in Hamburg and didn't come back with them. They put songs that he played on it, so he got some money from that, an estimated $2 million a year from record sales, just from playing on it.
Jeez.
Yep. So.
Complain about that?
No, you can't.
Oh man, I can't. Your computer. I have one browser on my personal Facebook and one on the business, and it keeps automatically switching it to match.
That's Facebook, right?
No, my computer at home lets me do it.
Yeah.
William says he likes the key of F.
Yeah, he does like the key of F. So Yesterday's a good song for you up there. on the Beatles page.
Ukulele Harmonic Convergence, which we said save the date for May 20th in Lancaster.
Yep.
That
And
is
speaking
the-
of
wait,
dates, go
hold
ahead.
on, I'm not done with the
Oh,
Ukulele
more, go
Harmonic
ahead, go ahead.
Convergence. Is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Tellus 360, right in downtown Lancaster.
Amish country.
Go ahead.
We're going to go, are we, I guess?
Yeah, we're bending.
Okay, we usually bend.
Yeah.
Speaking of events, coming Funky Fred's events. Look, I got it all popped
Oh,
out.
buttons.
Peter Moss and Christopher Davis Shannon on the 19th, right? It's a Sunday. Sunday.
Yes, that'll be
Bugging
good.
me.
What the formatting as we go on
Yeah,
the fly?
Yep.
That'll
Sorry
be a
about-
really great event.
Yep.
Peter Moss will be in for the Gaithersburg Uke Fest that weekend, and then he was supposed to come last year, but he had to cancel his trip.
Yep.
So we rescheduled for this year. So him and Christopher will be each putting on a workshop and then concert. It'll be
Right.
a very good event. Can't wait for that. I've never met Peter in person before.
We did have him. He interviewed. He chimes in here. He
Yeah.
watches our show
was on
from
the
merry
show.
old London,
He was
which
on
is
our
like
stream,
6
but-
hours ahead of us or so.
And he
5 or
has
6.
been playing and teaching on
Forever.
cruise ship lately.
Oh yeah. Wow, pretty
So
cool.
that would be fun to do.
He's been a professional musician since like really young. So, so a lot going on in the.
Don't forget, Gwendolyn Fitz, her new single is coming out Friday night in a bookstore. Comes out next week. Keep your eyes peeled on her site. Can't wait for that. She always comes up with neat stuff.
Yeah, we had at our festival last year.
Yeah. Our festival, we do have one new artist locked and loaded. We'll announce that soon.
All right.
Yes,
We're
confirmed that the
Yep.
other day.
we'll usually
Excited
make
for
tickets available come spring, early spring.
Yes,
We start to finalize everything.
but we are
Hopefully
working on it.
prices haven't gone up again because
Yeah.
Right.
The Allegheny Ukulele Soiree will be vending at. And I was looking today at their workshops. They always try to have unique. Well, I guess everybody tries to have unique things, but they're having getting started with MuseScore.
that's one of the notation programs I use. I started with Finale and then moved to Sibelius, which were high-end notation programs that cost money. And then finally, I moved everything over to MuseScore. They have a new version out, version 4. It's open source, free software. A lot of good resources up there. So I guess I'll show you your way around a little bit. You can do tab instruments. You can do full orchestra scores. It's amazing software.
And they're also having adding sparkle in your playing with one hand artificial harmonics. It's a long title. The magic of movable chords. That'll be with Melissa from the Hug Strap. Will be teaching that. And then music school dropout. That's how Danielle ate the sandwich is teaching that one. We know that'll be a funny one.
Strumming and singing
Class
focus.
is a great place. Beginners without So they have a beginner track you can take. The getting started with Chord Pro song sheets.
Yep, that's another open source free software and format. It's where a lot of programs use it already. It's where the chords over top of the words, and this is how you can do those yourself.
The Amber Roselle, I think I said that right. She teaches at Allegheny every year. She's doing Ukulele Orchestra Beginner Plus. She does a lot with Peter Luongo. She's in his group, so they do a lot. She does I've heard really good things about her. She brings together
She's
the
like
class in 1 hour, brings together different parts and
Music teacher, right?
yeah. I don't know if I forget if she's a music teacher in for her career. Jim Beloff will be doing advanced beginner uke workshop. Stephen Espinola Hawaiian strumming part 1. So they have a lot of good. There's a whole. Melissa's doing introduction to home recording. Yeah, there's a lot of good Debbie will be having her lei making. Yeah, they have a lot of good workshops. I won't. Just go to their website. Keep reading.
Right.
There's a ton more on there. Yeah, it's always
They
good.
do have a lot.
Intro to slide. Wow, yeah. Cool.
We
So,
keep doing a lot of workshops.
Looking
Keeping 'em
forward
busy.
to that. Can't wait to get back on the road for vending. If anybody has any events, we have ukes and we'll travel.
Yep.
we-
I'm game for performing also.
Yeah,
I can do
performing and
workshops.
teaching. Before
We've done a
the
lot before.
pandemic, we were doing a lot of kind of like trunk show stuff where we would vend for if groups needed things, we'd grab a few things and go to a uke group if they
Yep.
wanted, and so we are open to whatever needs you have.
Right.
I was talking to Mike Holzer from Allegheny Uke Soiree, and he said their local music store, once they sell out of their ukes, they're not carrying ukes anymore. They're not going to
Really?
reorder the Music Emporium.
Why?
So I said, let us know. We could come out every few months if you need a traveling uke store.
Yeah.
What'd William say?
That's funny why they're not carrying them. They sell, or
I don't know.
maybe they don't know, or
Yeah, maybe they don't want. I don't know.
don't have the expertise.
Yeah, he said Steven is great for Hawaiian strumming. Yeah. What is our? Not this weekend. The following weekend is our jam.
Yep. Next weekend.
Mark your calendar. Come on out.
Super Bowl this weekend. Our local Philadelphia Eagles are in.
We have our lights changed to green.
Yep, I hit them yesterday.
And TJ and I hung up the other. So the one day we had one strand like this, and then we ran out, and then my mom went out and bought more, and then so we just put up the other strand. We had it red for our Valentine's window. Now switched her to green.
Yep. Super Bowl.
Who's the other team playing?
Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid, the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, coached the Philadelphia Eagles for 13, 14 years and took them to a Super Bowl
yeah.
once, but they lost.
Isn't that the team Debbie likes?
No, she was Washington.
Oh,
Used to be the Redskins. Now
oh yeah,
they're
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Redskins.
Commanders.
Yep, that's right. That is right. Yeah.
They have quarterback issues.
Yes, Kathy. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah.
I don't follow football. I'm,
Eagles. Eagles.
the only reason I'll watch a football game is for the chips and dip
Yep, Super Bowl.
snacks.
I watch usually one game a year, and that would be the Super Bowl. But this year I watched a couple of the playoff games because the Eagles are in. But
Oh, I
very cool.
forgot our photo backdrop things. We're doing a piano, or painting the piano red too
yeah, whew.
for a fun backdrop. Yes, hopefully nobody cringes at painting our wooden piano. You know, Mom's dad, Papa will be
Yeah.
having a fit. You don't paint good wood, but it needed a facelift, so.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
What else do we have? got stuff
We
all
did just
sorted out.
what's it called? Like reopened an account with one of our old dealers, so we'll hopefully be getting some new stuff in soon. They have access to more brands and different things. A lot of things have changed lately with our vendors where brands they used to have, they're dropping because of pricing problems and things are changing, so we had to go back to one of our other distributors to try to get
Just one particular
some of the other
item.
brands that we
Yeah.
need. Oh, our trivia.
Trivia.
Okay. Okay. The fastest record speed is over.
For what?
For the
They
kite.
missed it. Say
Yeah.
the whole thing again.
What is the fastest record speed of a kite?
Wow. Good.
The fastest record speed is over 120 miles per hour.
120 miles
Wow.
per hour. That's fast.
TJ successfully got a kite up in the air once in your front
Yeah.
yard with you, remember? Usually kite flying doesn't turn out too successful.
Usually they're not the greatest kites, right?
William said 7. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
They're good for down at the shore, across the ocean.
Yeah, but you gotta.
We watched
you
this
gotta get
cool
one of them
movie
ropes.
last night on Netflix, I think it was. It was called True Spirit, about this Australian teenager, 16, who in her solo sailed around the world. It was actually pretty good. You could check that out. It's pretty good.
True story?
Yeah, right, yeah. Looked
Wait,
it up at
who?
the end. 16 years old, sailed around the world. Then I learned a new sailing term I didn't know. Don't know many anyway. She had 7 knockdowns, what they call it. Here, the knockdown is when the sailboat sort of goes almost 90 degrees and the mast goes in the water.
Ooh.
And so she survived like 7 of those. One was the horrendous storms at the
gosh.
end. 80,000 people greeted her. Her ship, her little boat was small. It was called Pink, and there were pretty much everybody was in pink that in Sydney
cool.
Harbor when they sailed in. It's a pretty nice, a pretty good movie. Byrne
Wait, was she
found it.
alone?
Yeah, solo. That's
Oh,
why
you
they
said
call
solo.
Solo.
I meant no. I didn't hear that part. I just heard sailing. I missed the solo part.
Solo around the world. It was pretty interesting.
Shit, don't tell the tale.
I'm not.
She said not to.
It's a good movie.
Don't tell the tale.
Well, it's
I'm
a
not
true
telling the
story.
tale.
It's not like you're giving away the end.
Yeah. That's all
Oh,
right.
that she made it. You
Oh,
did
yeah.
tell the
That'd be a sad movie. It was a good movie. Yeah, we were debating whether she's going to make it or not because all the, it took her 210 days. She broke the record.
You're just giving them all the details. What'd you have for dinner?
It's easy. That's pretty good.
You want to hear the, speaking of documentary, true story or not,
Go
the
ahead.
dumbest thing I've probably done in my life?
What's that?
Or not done, but said.
Yeah.
Travis and I, we went to see Balboa movie, that last one, whenever it came out years ago, right?
Balboa, Rocky.
Rocky Balboa,
Oh,
but it was
okay.
like the one with this, I don't know which one
Kid,
it was.
right?
It was like Balboa. And it was Rocky, but I guess Adrian wasn't there. And I'm like, well, they
Yeah.
didn't talk about what happened. What happened to Adrian? I forget how did she die? I forget. And he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, just Google it. He's like, what do you mean Google it? You go watch the movie. I'm like, no, Google it. You find out like her whole life. And then he's looking at me, he's like, Kelly, you know it's not real people, right? It's
but
not
the
a true story.
Yeah.
It's not a true story. He's like, Adrian doesn't exist in real life. And I'm like, why do we have a statue in Philadelphia of Rocky if
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not a real person? I thought it was
Yeah.
a true story.
Well, originally the
So-
statue was at the old Spectrum, the stadium, but people didn't like it, having a fake non-sports person.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I thought it was real.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
at the art museum now.
Mom said last night I did a dumb thing. This was dumb.
Well, you have to post
Okay.
it.
So
Oh, you did?
last night what I did, remember we're working on the backdrop thing, right?
Yeah.
So I get the
Oh,
ladder,
yeah.
right? The ladder, which is just one of the small ladders with 3 steps, right? So I'm up on the ladder. Now my mother, who's shorter than me, like this tall, right?
5'2".
She's holding up the curtain at the very top. She's at the very top of the curtain. And I walk up the ladder and I'm putting in the tacks. And then I get over and I'm reaching over her and I'm like, I shouldn't stretch that far. Let me get down. Let me move the ladder. I move the ladder and I start to climb back up and then I realize she's holding she is reaching this. Why am I climbing a ladder?
You wanted to
So
put
then
climb the ladder and put the tack in like this.
So dumb. We could not stop laughing. Then the one mom that was here for her son's lesson, she's cracking up laughing. Rocky's from Philly, but he's fictional.
Yes.
Fictionally from Philly. He's not. That's like having a statue for Clifford the Big Red Dog. He's
Yeah.
not. Yeah. No, but he's not a real person.
Is
But he's
Sylvester
not-
Stallone from Philly?
It's not a true story.
Sylvester is.
That's the actor and the guy
Yeah,
who
that's
wrote
the
it.
actor. That's not.
Yeah.
We met
Adrian!
his brother. We've met the other.
Frank Stallone, yeah. He's
Frank
a singer,
Stallone, yeah.
guitar player. Had some hits, not really big hits, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was
Alright.
my dumb ladder climbing for no reason. Oh, and the fact that I moved it again and then used it and still didn't figure out that I didn't need the ladder. Anyway.
Yep.
So, alrighty. That's our show. We're
Right,
going to end
so
on a...
the lighting's better, right? Used my phone.
Yeah, it does. I like, yeah.
Yeah, the webcam was washed out.
Does it... How bad does it kill your phone battery?
It was plugged in.
Oh.
It's
yes.
plugged in and paired with the computer.
Forrest was a
with
real
the-
person. Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Is that a true story?
Nope. Sorry.
There's a statue of him somewhere, right? I guess.
I'm sure.
Look at all. Go to Disney. Look at all those statues and Mickey's.
So,
Anyway.
ever keep track of our events coming up? You know, March 19th, Peter Moss, Christopher Davis Shannon. Check Peter Moss out online. It's pretty good. Been doing it forever.
Yeah.
We did an interview with him a while back, so really nice
Yeah, we
long
should dig
interview.
up that
and-
video and
Yep.
post it again.
remember, speaking of the Beatles, all four of them, I have shots of them with their ukuleles. George Harrison was definitely a big fan of it. Turns out Ringo actually played guitar a little bit, but became better known for drums.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone's from New York.
Yeah, and be like our other famous friends, you know. Elvis, I don't think he really played the ukulele, but everybody's playing it now.
And all of those are real people.
Yeah, and our featured uke player for this month,
Funky
this
Fritz
week
featured
is.
famous
Oh, it
player.
Oh, my screen didn't work. Uncle Zach.
Uncle Zach!
Yep, he's done our festival a bunch of times. Plays baritone a lot.
Yeah, he only missed this last year.
I want to get him to teach me to sing that song. I'm my own grandpa. He does that all the
Oh,
time.
does he?
Pretty cool song. So remember, be like our #1 fans.
Feline
There's
fan, furry.
Toby,
Can't
right?
talk.
fan 2, bunch of them, feline or canine, doesn't really matter, right?
Watching uke.
Tune your
Funky
uke
Fretz streams.
from World Headquarters.
Signing out. Thanks
Yep,
for watching.
Yep, I didn't get the music, did I? So from the Funky Fretz crew,
Make
Well, that
sure you
didn't work,
end it.
did
A
it?
few weeks ago, Curt
yeah,
never ended it. It was running for like 20 hours.
yeah, I went home at
2
night.
hours.
Kelly said it was still
Yeah,
running.
Bill Wynn message was like, I just went to check the replay, but you're still alive. Like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, something happened. Broke our scheme, right? All right, so we'll see you next
Good
week.
night.